Hi everyone, Marie here with you from Crafty Landing, and I'm here with my collaboration contribution to Rachel and Bella Crafts Billet Doux love letter kit for the 100 Days Junk Journal Ideas. And we are on week 4 now, and I am the last day for week 4, which is envelopes and hidden journaling. So all this week you would have had lots of ideas from all these wonderful YouTubers, and today you've got me here, Crafty Landing. So I'm Friday, so next week will be a brand new week with some brand new prompts. We've had some fantastic ideas so far. I hope you are all enjoying it and taking some inspiration somewhere along the line from all the YouTubers and what they've been offering. And today I am going to share with you something that I did in the Junk Journal January, which I took part in. Steph from Hilltop View Journals also took part in that. And I got lots of positive comments and likes on a particular mechanism that I did in my Junk Journal in January. So I'm just going to move these out of the way and show you the Junk Journal January prompt that I did, and the prompt was hidden. And what I did, this is my Junk Journal January book, and what I did was for the hidden prompt, here it is, was this lovely little slider. So it looked like a page there, and all you do is slide it across, and you've got room to do some journaling there. And when you pull it back, that journaling is hidden. So I'm going to be concentrating on hidden journaling today, and I thought that we would do something similar to this here. So that's my Junk Journal January, which I absolutely loved doing. That was fantastic, that was. I will definitely do it again next year. Let me put that away because we are concentrating on the 100 Days JJI, Junk Journal Ideas, and this is my do-si-do, my flip-flop journal. You may have seen me post a couple of pictures of my do-si-do, which actually means round and round in French. So I thought a flip-flop journal was perfect. So this is one of the front covers. Let me show you the other side actually. This is the tie for it all, but I've just tied it in a bow here to keep it out of the way for a moment. I haven't sewn my signatures in, so I've got 2 signatures in my do-si-do. And what I thought we would do today, if I can find it, is, I haven't finished them at all. Oh, that's Rachel's new freebie, the little envelopes. I was lucky enough to go on the retreat, and we had a fantastic time. And it was fantastic. It was brilliant meeting all the ladies. Some I've met before, some new ones. Right, here we are. So using Rachel's kit, I have made a little slider here, and then you take the envelope out and you've got some room for journaling there, but you've also got this lovely little envelope which I will finish off later, and that goes in a pocket. She actually comes all the way out, so it can also be a tag, which I have turned it into by having some tea stain and book page here, using one of the pictures from Rachel. Now, I think that might have been the freebie. I could be wrong, but I think we had a page or a couple of pages of beautiful ladies and photographs on some freebies. So that just gets tucked in there, and I've done a little bit of collaging here. And yep, stuck one of Rachel's flowers on. That was definitely a freebie, I believe. And it looks like a page, but you can slide it out, journaling and an envelope. So that's in one of my signatures. That's in the back signature, I think. This is the front of my journal. So I'm going to find a page that I think I can do it on, and I believe I've got room. Yes, on this one here. I'm just going to remove this tag a minute and paper clip and move my do-si-do out of the way. Right, I will just pop her up here a minute out of the way. Okay, so I've got a page here and I'm going to do my sliding mechanism on this half of the page here. So I've chosen some papers that I want to use from the kit, and for the actual sliding part I think I'm going to use part of this page here. I want to try and get the Eiffel Tower in if I can, we'll see. And for the pocket part I thought I would use part of this one here. So I'm going to do the pocket part first, and we'll start on that now. I'm going to, by the way, I've chosen my image that I want to use on this page, and that comes from these lovely ladies here. She was up there, and I think the other one I just showed you was this place here. So go and grab those. Her freebies are on the Ko-fi site, but her kits are on the website. All the links will be below. Right, pocket first. Let's move that out of the way a minute. So I just want my pocket. My Do-Si-Do is Traveller's Notebook size, so it's slightly narrower than an A5, but the full length of an A4. So my pocket, I need to be the full length of the page, and I want to use part of this here. So I'm just going to tear. And if I tear this part here, I will get a bit of a pocket going on. Sorry if you hear any background noise. The children are coming out of school, so it's school run time. So there's lots of cars and people passing in front of our house because we are on a street that's used to school and drive children to school. So that's my pocket there. So I am going to use that as a pocket. I might just tear off a little bit more here, and also and I'm going to ink this in. So I am going to use Victorian Velvet Distress ink. I do ink all the way around. Sometimes I ink underneath the edge as well, just in case you do spot a little bit of overlay on the other side when you turn the page over. So I do tend to ink the edges on both sides, even though I'm going to be sticking this part down. So I'm going to ink my pocket. Now, to help stand out a little bit against the backing, I think I might use some brown paper edge, and I have got some brown paper here, just ordinary packaging from the A shop or any kind of shop that you can get packaging from, and I'm just going to tear a little bit off, tear about, yep, there. So I'm just going to grab my ruler and tear some off like that, and then I should be able to use this bit for, yeah, I'm going to glue that down, and then I'll tear the excess bits off that I don't want in a minute. So I'm just going to put some glue along the edge of my piece. Okay. Pop that onto here. So got brown paper over there. Now I can begin to get the shape I want. So I'm just going to snip off the ends like so. Okay, and I'm just going to tear bits off that are too much brown. Okay, tear some. And what I do then is I will manipulate this brown paper to come around the front like that. So so it curls up a bit against the stuck on. Don't be afraid to really sort of bring it and rip it and tear it and take off any extra bits that you feel are in the way. Right, so that is my pocket, and I now can go ahead and glue my pocket down. Because it's a pocket, I just want glue around the 3 edges and not the opening where the packaging paper is. So I just need glue around the 3 edges, just glue around, just to hold place. Anyone else keep putting the top on the glue as you go along? Will it dry up if I leave the top off the glue while I'm working on the whole thing? I'm always afraid that the glue is going to dry, which is why I put the top on all the time. I don't have to, but I do. Does anybody else do that? Put the lid on and off, on and off, on and off. There, see, sometimes you have a little tiny bit of the underneath showing, so I'm glad that I inked that up behind as well. So right, that's my pocket. So while that's drying, I'm going to work on my actual tag that I want to slide in and out. So I'm just going to move my page to one side. I will need it in a minute though, because of sizing, to make sure I get my tag the right size. Right, so I do want to use this part here. I don't care too much for that image, so I was thinking of putting her on there, and I still get a little bit of the Eiffel Tower in. And because mine is Traveller's Notebook size, so that's the size, half of this page is going to be way too big. So I know I've got to cut off some down here before I then get the right size. So I'm just going to do that straight away. I'm going to come and tear. I'm going to come and tear almost to there. I think let's try that first. I could always tear off more, but I can't put back on. That's the saying, isn't it? So I've torn that. She is going to go on there, and I am going to have a bit of brown paper behind her, I think, but I don't know if she's too big like that. I might want to cut her down a bit, because otherwise I am going to be hiding some of that Eiffel Tower. Right, let's do that then. So I'm going to cut her down a little bit, and that was the long brown paper. I was using that one. The other one is way too dark. Do I want to tear her? I think I might. So I'm just going to tear bits of her off. The ruler's the wrong way round. Let's do big to small. Right. So I'm just going to tear some of the image off here. So, and some off this side. So, some off this side. So, and some off here. These images are beautiful, aren't they? Have you worked with any of them yet? They are absolutely gorgeous, as are the photographs, and there's so much in the kit. It's amazing how much Rachel gives us. I want to ink her up. And again, I'm going to do the underside, because I probably won't glue her all the way down to the edges. I will leave her a bit tatty looking and torn. So some of the edges might curl up a bit. Now I want to put her on brown paper. So let's get the brown paper. The other side, I'm going to do her that way round, because I want see the Eiffel Tower. To put her that way round. I'm going to snip off that bit there, it's annoying me. There we go. Okay, I'm going to glue her down there. Just stick glue for this, because I don't need to go to all edges, just a little bit on the photograph. Yeah. And stick that down. Stick glue. And now I can tear it off again. Have some torn edge there, then leave this one raggedy on this side, and then I can do the same as what I did with the pocket, wrinkle it up a little bit. So I'm just going to grunge it up, tear it in places, bend it forward, bend it back, I don't know, make her look slightly grungier, a bit of interest when you do things like this. I'm not going to do too much on the edge, because remember, I want to put her on there. Oh, I'm liking her already. Right, now I need to work out the size that I need to slide. I want the sliding part to cover, the pocket a little bit. So the Eiffel Tower will just get in. I think I'm going to cut off or tear off her a little bit more. And she looks like now. Yes, and I want the Eiffel Tower in, so I'm kind of going to tear around it like that. So I'm going to hand tear. So I want to make sure it goes over the pocket. So about there should be enough. I'm going to come down a bit and around. And now I'm going to turn it over, because my hand won't go all the way down the page tearing. So I'm just going to start, oh there, lovely. I'm going to come round the Eiffel Tower, because I do want a bit of the Eiffel Tower. It's there, so I need to, now I can use my ruler to help me meet up the tears. That way a bit. It's a shame I'm going to go right through the middle of that butterfly. Oh well. So now let's just check. Yep, now that's too big at the moment. I need to cut a little bit off of the top and the bottom. It's too tall. Right, well, I'll do that in a minute, but for now let's put her on there and decide if I need to tear any more off. The answer is yes, I'm going to. Tear a little bit more off from here, going round the tower. Just see what that's like. Yes, that's better. So can you see it's curving around? So that'll be the bit that we can hold when we slide it in and out. Right, I'm going to glue. No, I will back the tag first. I'm going to trim top and bottom. I'm going to. I will trim that in a bit once we've done the mechanism. So let me back her onto journal card, or the large tag, whatever we're calling this. I'm going to pop her on there like that, just like that. I've got a new, is it bright enough or too bright? Let me know. I am using a new webcam and light, so please let me know what you think about it, and whether it's too bright or not bright enough. I'm going to move some of this out of the way, get my mat out, because I now want to glue the back of her after I've inked her. Just going to back, I know she's too tall at the minute, but I'm just going to back and then cut. I'm going to make her a bit sturdy by backing her onto some tea stain paper and book page, and then I will make the mechanism, and we'll be able to chop her down. So I have some tea stain and book page here. This book page is from Rachel Bella's French book bundle, which I bought off them. So fab, I can use some of this. So let's just, don't need too much of it. So I'm just going to tear some of it off. Lovely. To ink, it's going to be, I wanted that bit. Oh yeah, I have to go that way then. Right, so ink this way. Yes, so my new webcam, it looks bright enough. Sometimes though it looks okay to me, and then you watch it back and it's not. So I hope it's in focus and I'm not jumping in and out of focus. I'm hoping it's all sorted itself out. I know that there's a little bit of shine on my mat while I'm gluing things because the ring light is just up there. But at the moment I am really thrilled with it. And even more so, it's my birthday next week, and I didn't have to pay for my new ring light and camera. My two sons said, we'll get it for your birthday, Mum. So even better. How fab is that? Right, I'm going to use some book page here, and then that is going to go over. So I'm just going to stick my book page down, and then I'm going to tear it like I did the photograph. So I'm just going to get this stuck down a minute, and I'll get the book page stuck down as well with my Pritt stick. Lovely. Right. So tea stain down first. About there. Got a bit of wiggle room. There was a little bit of a gap, so let's move this book page a bit. Sorry, tea stain along a bit. Let's try. Should be okay. Book page back on. It up at the edge. So yes, lucky me, my two sons bought my new, which is all in one. It's just on one tripod here. Before I had one lead for the ring light, one lead for the camera, one lead for something else. Oh goodness me! Into the laptop, then the charging lead for the laptop, and goodness me, so many leads that I didn't have enough space to work on. Just cut that off there. So I don't know why I'm doing this, because in a minute I'll be cutting it down even more, but never mind, to get the right height. But let's just do that for now. Okay, and as before, I'm going to tear as close to the edge as possible. To me, it doesn't matter if it catches sometimes and then not, if you know what I mean. Like for instance, it hasn't caught there, it's gone sort of right to the edge, whereas here it's leaving some brown paper. I don't mind that look. If you prefer the straight edge or don't like controlling the tearing yourself, you can always use like fancy scissors. You know those scissors with the decal edges and things? They would work. Right, so again, I'm just going to pull some of this back grungy feel. A bit tattered. Okay. Some forward, some back. And in a minute I'm going to think about whether it needs a pull so to help it slide in and out. We'll think about that in a minute. So they look a bit big to me there, but I'll sort that out in a bit because we might need a bit of a pull just underneath the Eiffel Tower here. So if I get my page back, where is it? Here we are, that's the pocket. Now that's going to be our nice large tag that we're going to be able to pull out and then in, out and in. So the sliding mechanism to help us do that. So this is now the actual mechanism to help it slide in and out and actually keep it there. What I've got here is I've got a little bit of a prototype for you. Now it's in size, my little slider hinge, it's almost like a hinge. We're going to have one hinge there, and then we're going to have the hinge at the top as well, upside down, the opposite way, okay, because it's the hinge. If I try and just show you here, it will be the hinge, so it's like a valley. So I've got a back piece and a front piece. It's like a valley look, but I've used an extra piece to cover the inside part to help keep the valley closed at one end. If I didn't have that little bit there keeping it closed, it would just stay open like that. So we need a bit of a tight closure on it. So that will go there, and then it will enable our tag to slide in and out because we'll have one at the bottom and one at the top. So my hinge, both hinges, top and bottom, are going to be about ½ an inch in size. Okay, and that will then be enough wiggle room for the tag to slide in and out. So I've gone ahead and had a little play with what the hinges could look like, and I've done this by using a border punch, so you can have a a nice deckled edge on your sliders. I've got another one here that is just like a scallop edging, so I've got a couple, and this is what it looks like, and this is the one that's got the scalloped edge, or you can just have them straight, and no edging, no fancy edging, because you were going to cover it in paper. Okay, so let me just show you what we're going to do. So here's my hinge, okay, for the bottom, and it was like that, so I folded it, okay, because I need it stuck to the page, but there's nothing on it at the minute, it's just the V. Can you see the V there? So I need something to keep it closed this end up near the fold of the page, okay, because I want to keep it down there to let it slide in and out. So I'm just going to decide where to cut off the length of my slider. So that's going to come up to about there, and I'm going to just tear it where the end of the tag will be, okay, and it's going to just to give that a bit of an edge. Right, now I'm going to cover mine in paper. Oh, I need to close that edge, don't I, first? So let me get a little bit. Now, all I need is just a little bit, and I'm just going to, that's a bit too wide, I'm just going to glue it. Sorry, I'm just going to cut a little bit off, and I'm just going to glue this part on the outside. I glue on the outside because one, it's going to be covered, and two, it won't stop the tag from sliding in there. It won't catch on anything if it's on the outside. So I'm just going to glue that. just going to get my bone folder and make sure that is really nice and pressed down, front and the back. And this is cardstock. I think you would be able to do it with paper if your paper was quite thick, maybe like 120 GSM. If it's normal copy paper, it'll be really thin, and I don't think it'll be strong enough to keep, you know, the number of times the tag moves, slides in and out. You want something quite sturdy, something quite substantial. So that is going to go there. But I want to decorate the front first. So what I've got is, from making the journal pages, I've got all these strips left over, and if you've watched Steph's videos, Steph, you'll be proud of me, won't you? Because Steph always says, keep hold of your little bits that you tear off, you might need them. And sure enough, I do. So this is a blue tag, so I'm thinking that it needs a blue something or other down here, or shall we go pink? Wearing a red dress, there's pink in there. I actually think I might go pink. So that would look quite nice, like that. Yes, just right. So I'm going to tear that bit off there, and I'm going to cut that one straight edge, because that's going to be near the fold of the page, the middle of the page. Okay, I'm going to ink up. Again in my Victorian velvet, and I'm going to stick that on there. So glue, that's that one. It's that one. So that's going to go. I need to. So that's going to go on the bottom like that. But now I need one for the top, and the top will be the opposite way round. So we need the closed end this side. But if you're doing a punch, I think it would look, you want the punch coming down and the punch coming up. So I'm just wondering if the bit I cut off will be okay enough to hold the tag. I'm just going to check a minute. So that's going to go there, and this one is going to go there. So this one comes all the way to the edge of the tag, the bottom one. If I use that for the top, it's not going to come all the way. Does that matter? No, I don't think so. I still quite like the look, so I'm going for it. And I need to put a stopper. Should we call it a stopper? It's going that way, so I need to put a stopper on this one, so I need to glue that on. There. So I need to put my stopper on this one that's going to be at the top, so make sure I get it the right way around. So it's this end. That. And I think I'm going to use the same paper. So I want a pink piece of paper again from the strip that we've had before. So this time. Let's tear. This one's a bit too big, so I'm tearing it off. Keeping the shape because I quite like the shape. I am tearing it off a bit. Now does it fit better? Yes, I quite like that. So I need to cut that end off. Ink it up. This is where you're using your scraps. Steph would be very, very happy that I'm doing that. I might even be in Steph's good books. So we're putting that on there like that. So anyway, the retreat. Did I mention the retreat at the beginning of the video? I probably did. You know, I concentrate so much that sometimes I forget to talk to you guys. I'm just in my own little world. but the retreat was fantastic. There were 2 workshops, a sewing workshop, so it was like a no-sew cover, it was a sewing cover, sorry, and the second workshop was a no-sew journal, and I really enjoyed mine. I'll show you at the end. My no-sew journal, I'm really, really pleased with it. Again, I'm going to get my bone folder and just press that slidey hinge down. Have I done it the right way? Yes, for a minute I thought I'd done it upside down. Right, I'm just going to ink the ends of my page here. Okay, I'm just going to ink all the way around, even the centre, even the middle, the fold part. The page is like this, so it's that page I'm doing it on. Okay, so I just want to ink the middle part as well. Right, now we can start to glue on our sliders. I might think about whether I want some lace in a minute. I have got some lace here, and the hinges do look lovely with lace on, but I've done scalloped edge, so I don't think the lace is suitable this time. So I've got my top and my bottom. Right, let's glue. Come on, Marie, let's glue. I did the no-sew workshop, and the sewing workshop was slow stitching. So, and I think they made a journal cover. So lots of pieces of fabric were given to them, and they spent the morning and day, some of them carried on in the day, they enjoyed it so much, doing the slow stitch cover. Bella comes up with some fantastic ideas, doesn't she? Rachel led that workshop, but Bella was there, and it was brilliant. It was in the same room, and I went with my mum, so my mum, Denise, and we were just sitting there doing our own thing. But, oh, that's stuck. Be careful. You don't want your hinge stuck, that's it. I put too much glue on that one. Check that it's not stuck where you don't want it to be stuck. And Mum and I were doing our own thing at the back, carrying on with our journals. I was working on my Billet du Do. And yeah, some of them we felt like Billy No Mates at one point, because they were all down one end doing their sewing, and Mum and I were up. I'm going to turn this around and do it. And Mum and I were up sitting on our Todd for a bit. Everyone else seemed to be having loads of fun. But then the following day I did the no-sew workshop, and I loved it. I'd never done a no-sew one before, so I'll show you what we did at the end of this video if I have time. And I'm so pleased. Okay, so now we should, oh yes, remember I've got to cut my tag down now. We were all shouting at me because I know it's going to be too tall. So these are 1/2 inch, so they might even be a bit more than 1/2 inch actually, so I know I've got a bit of wiggle room. I don't want to cut it 1 inch because that will may fall out top and bottom then, but I know that I've probably got up to about 3/4 of an inch to play with. I'm going to cut just there. I'm going to do a bit at a time. Ink again. Ink again. And double check that she doesn't need any more. She does. She needs a little bit more. This time I'll take it from the bottom. Like so. Don't worry if the pocket, you feel the pocket is getting in the way. It won't. As you manipulate the page more and more, it won't get in the way. So look at that. So we have our slider. So it's still a bit wet at the minute with glue, but this will slide in and out. Okay. I'm just going to let these dry. They're still a little bit wet. I'm wondering if I should have made this one a bit sturdier. I might glue it onto card. I don't know. But here is our pocket. Now, we are going to be hiding something in our pocket. And here I've cut out one of Rachel's envelopes that were 2 to a page. So I'm just going to fold this in place. I'm not going to glue. Oh, and I backed it with her pink colour. She gave us some pink some pink, some coloured sheets, grungy pink, grungy blue, grungy yellow, and plain pink, plain blue, and plain. I think there might have even been green. Am I right in thinking that there was a green? I do think there was. So I'm just going to quickly make this envelope up. But I'm not going to glue this envelope together. I'll show you what I'm thinking of doing with it. Now this time I'm going to need some bluing, can't I? Because this is an envelope. The pink looked alright in that because she's got a red dress. And the pink looked alright over here because it's pink. But on this one, blue, mostly blue. So let me fold this one up. Back, so that's the back, that's the front, these beautiful envelopes, and I can see that it's going to be too tall. It's not going to close, it's too tall, so this is where I know I'm going to need to chop there, and there. Let me see now if that will fit. It will. A little bit off my sides. There. Split off here. So, and now I can ink. Blue, Marie, where's your blue? Excuse me, guys. I have to look for my blue. Here it is. Is it looking a bit bright now? When I watch this back, I'll know, but please tell me in the comments if you feel it's too bright, not bright enough, not in focus. I'm hoping it is all okay. In blue all the way around below. Okay, and the edge over here a bit more. Side, blue here. You'll be able to take much more time over this, won't you? I'm just rushing a bit because I'm aware of time. It's board already. Put me on double speed. You don't want to watch me do this, do you? Okay, I think I might lines as well. Fold it back on itself. Side folds as well. Okay, and what I thought I would do with this envelope, I haven't decided whether I'm cutting off these tabs yet or not. I'm going to keep them on. What I thought I would do is put some journaling paper in there from a piece of tea stain. A bigger bit here, yep. So I'm just going to close the tabs and gauge the size that I want to go inside my envelope. So I'm going to want it to be there. So I'm going to fold it. I'm getting myself all fingers and thumbs here. So about there. Right, so that is where I want to tear it. All the way down. I'm just going to move this out of the way and see if that's going to go in there. So now I'm going to fold it to the size of the envelope, which is about, yep, and now I'm just going to zigzag fold, concertina fold down to the end. So, and then hopefully, yeah, like that. Get my bone folder. There, down there. sorry guys, that little bit there, I'm going to glue side of to the inside of my envelope. You could also ink this journal paper as well, whatever you put inside. You don't have to put this inside. You can actually make up the envelope properly and put anything you want in there. But I've done this because my prompt is hidden journaling and envelopes. I am just going to pop that in. Nope, it needs to be down this end. Pop that in there, like so. So that then it's just to keep the tabs in, I'm just going to press them down a bit. To press the envelope up a little bit. And then when you open the envelope, it will have lovely space for you to do a bit of journaling. Look at all this space here. Lovely, lovely. You could always get, actually I'm going to do that. I was going to say I don't like that bit there. I'm going to put some more of this lovely paper strip that we've got here that I've got left over from all my ripping when I made the Do-Si-Do journal. Look at that, I'm going to put that there. So, ruler, little ruler, where are you? Little ruler. So I'm going to tear it there. Like that. I'm going to tear this side to ink up this little bit here. Let me just put that in blue. So we need the little blue. This blue I'm using is Faded Jeans Distress Ink. I've only got those little ones. Tea stain, coffee, walnut, whatever it is, espresso, whatever it is. I've got big ones. The colours that I use a lot of, I've got in big. But the other ones I've got little sets, which are also easy, portable to carry around. So I'm just going to cover that little bit up there. Oh, I could have used that side. Oh, I'm going to use that side. Oh, will it still work? Yes. Right, that side's much nicer, I think. Let's do that side. Isn't it good when you've done double-sided pages and you've got torn strips left? You can choose. You've got a choice. I like having choices. Am I in frame? I've got to glue this bit here. I'm aware that we are quite at time. I always do that. I'm hopeless at my timings. Should I have it all prepared? Do you like to see this? Not? I don't know. Let me know. I'm asking you to let me know lots today, aren't I? But do that's the only way we learn, us YouTubers. We're forever learning. Right, so now I should be able to pull that down like that. Fab. Right, so that goes in there. Like so. Like so, and like so. And our journal page should be really dry now. So I'm going to pop my envelope in the pocket. So, and slider. I'm just going to press. Don't be afraid, guys, to really press these down. I might put the tag on some card. That goes in there like so. Okay. It's our whole journal page. Do I need? I think I want to put something there to pull. So I've got my little bits here from Rachel's, all the fussy cuts and things. Nope. I'm just going to find something that I like. Which way up should that be? Quite like that. I want it level with her. I want it either up or down. Oh, 2 squares. maybe a circle would be better, or a different shape. Not. Oh, I know what I've got around here somewhere. Did I put it in here? I have got a wonderful out of blue stamps, just ordinary stamps. This one. This one, let me fold it in half. If we fold this one in half, like a whale punch type thing, but it's a decorative one. That on there, what do you think? Up here, it needs to be. I think I'm going to have to put the tag on card because it is a little bit flimsy still. I haven't decided. I'm going to have a think. And I'll show you a photo when I've made up my mind. But it needs a little bit of collaging, I think, there. But that, guys, is my sliding hidden journaling thingy-majiggy. Where's my do-si-do? She's up here. So if I put the page back in the right place now, so it was here. That one went in there like that, that like that, and that like that. Let me put my, oh, this was mask make. These were my mask makes for when we went on the retreat. We all swapped goodies, and these tags I made using the French book pages and the billet doux backing papers. Right, so this will be the front of my do-si-do. So just flicking through, you can have a little look here at what I'm doing. That's a pocket there. French book pages. I've still got quite a bit to do, as you can see. Here, a little cluster there. After watching Steph's video, I was inspired. Oh, that's a floating pocket. And that is another tuck spot there. That's like a little crochet trim. Is my little sliding tag with a hidden envelope journaling space, and of course you could always journal on the background as well. Guys, thank you for sticking with me. I do think I'm going to back her on card and give her a little pull here, but it certainly makes a lovely addition to your junk journal pages, doesn't it? Thank you for sticking with me. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please consider subscribing and giving me a like and commenting below. Let me know what you think of my new camera and setup here. If it's, like I say, too bright, not bright enough, let me know. Any comments, any questions about my slider, just, yeah, ask away. Thank you for joining me, and I shall see you soon. Bye.